Well, good morning. It's just after 7:15. Welcome to a bit of a surprise video, really. If I look shattered, it's because I am. Stayed in a travel lodge last night, and we were evacuated twice because of a faulty fire alarm. So there we go.
Second time-ish.
As you can see, I'm kind of flying solo today. Sarah's at work, but I've got another companion with me. I've been invited by my good friend Mitchell to Southampton to do something quite exciting. We're off to the Disney Dream cruise ship, but just for a day. We're not lucky enough to be staying on there, so we have 7.5 hours on the Disney Dream. Something I've wanted to do for years, go on a cruise ship, not spend 7 hours on a cruise ship. But I'll take you along, show you what I can. So yeah, come on. It's actually pretty nice around here. So this in the middle of the town centre.
Proud. Southampton is of their ship that they built in.
Look at that. I feel like I'm in York or the Buckingham Palace. I can sense the sea. There's hotels, there's seagulls. Just in the distance, I can see her. Just a little zebra there with cruise ships painted on them. And the ship is somewhere over there. Look at that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You know, I've watched so many cruise videos over the years, seen so many pictures, and I think everyone says you'll never understand just how big they are until you see it. And it's massive. It's absolutely huge. Oh wow, I'm so excited. I can't believe you can see Mickey at the front there. Wow. And at this point we went to security, picked up our ID badges, had our bags checked and headed towards the ship. And as I say, it was absolutely huge. There were all the lifeboats on the side. Now I've waited years and years and years to get on a ship, and there I am waiting very, very patiently to take my very first steps onto the Disney Dream. There we go. We're on, and this is absolutely surreal. At this point I felt so lucky. The ship was really, really quiet because everyone was disembarking. You could hear the announcements going, it's time to disembark, it's time to disembark, and you'd be absolutely gutted if that was you on the last day of your holiday.
Purple with Minnie, green with Tinkerbell, red with Mickey.
So we started off on our tour and we headed to the Vista Cafe first. Now our tour guide explained that, you know, pretty much all the food is included on board. There are a few added extras, such as the specialty coffees and alcohol, but most of your food is included in your cruise fare. And then we headed to the cinema. Now, on some of the newer ships, there's actually 2 cinemas, so they can show even more Disney classics through the day. Now, because of custom laws and all that, the shops were closed during our tour because we were in port, but we did manage to have a little look through the window at some of the goodies on offer, and then we headed straight up to the pool deck. So very quickly, I think I've just got time to update you. That has been absolutely wild. We were literally through security and on the ship Rapid, and we were straight into a tour. I'll try and update you later, but just met Mickey Mouse. I don't know if you can see him. There he is. Just met Michael on the sea, Captain Mickey. God, this is good. It's so surreal. I've waited so long to go on a cruise ship, and even though we're not going anywhere, I really want to go on a cruise now. We've been on for like 20 minutes. I feel like we've explored barely like 1% of it. Yeah, I really want to go on a cruise now. And we got a goodie bag. I think we're waiting for the queue to go through before we can have a group photo with Mickey. But where did we start? So we started on, obviously we got on the ship, got on the deck, and then pretty much straight away we went to the cinema, Buena Vista Cinema, which was really good. When we went in, I actually thought it was a theatre, it was that big, but turns out it was a cinema. We then went to the lifts, we then had a look at the cafe, and they were telling us about the character coffees that they can do there. I don't drink coffee, but I probably would give it a go, just to have a Mickey Mouse on my coffee. And then we came up to the top deck, had a little look at some of the pools, the hot tub, the adults only area, and then we met Michael the Mouse. I'm sure there's better views when you're out at sea, but God, I do love an IKEA. So we've made it up to what I think is the very top deck, it must be. And we're on the sports deck. Never heard of it. What's a sport? Don't even know if you can hear me because of the noise, but we're at Goofy Sports, which is like I think it's some sort of basketball court, multi-purpose. Oh no, it is basketball court, as you can see. There's a net.
Unfortunately, what you just missed is Daniel got a shot the first time. But
I did.
We didn't film.
It was 3, wasn't it? 3 slam dunks, bang. Now this is a bit more my speed. Crazy golf. And after a nice round of golf, it was time to go and see what was on offer at the bars and clubs. Yep, nightclubs on the Disney Dream. And we rounded off our tour by having a little look at the spa and some of the other entertainment venues on the ship, such as the amazing and again rather massive Walt Disney Theatre. so lucky. We're currently in the atrium and it's absolutely empty. So they've obviously disembarked all of the passengers that have been on the ship up till today, and then the rest that are coming on for this sailing haven't actually boarded yet. I say this sailing that we're staying on, but it's amazing. We've had a look at the spa, we've had a look at the gym. There's just so much. It's so cool. I'm so jealous of anyone that's staying on. Our tour was coming to an end and we only had 3 stops left: the restaurants, the kids clubs, and of course the cabins. One of the great things about Disney Cruise Line is the way the dining works. Now, there's 3 rotational dining restaurants on most Disney cruise ships, or at least that was certainly the case on the Disney Dream, and is also the case on the Disney Wish, which is coming to the UK next year. And not only will you rotate through the restaurants each night, but your waiting staff will as well, which means they really get to know you and your preferences. Now, this was another one of the highlights on board, and I really wanted to show you it in full as much as I could. So this was the Oceaneers Club, one of the kids' clubs on board, and it was so well themed. Probably one of the best themed things, not just I saw on the ship, but that I've ever seen. There was a Spider-Man area, there was a Star Wars area, and there was an Andy's room from Toy Story area too. It was really cool. And the best thing? There's an open house on embarkation day, which means even the adults can go and have a little look. And we just had time to have a quick whiz around the cabins. There's a few different cabin types on Disney Cruise, and we managed to look at one of the inside staterooms, one of the veranda staterooms, and then there's some with windows as well. So you really do get the choice of what works best for you. Now, the verandas were absolutely amazing, but we also found the inside staterooms were really cozy. So I guess it depends what works for you on a cruise. And it just kept going and going and going. And before long, it was time for our tour, unfortunately, to come to an end. And it felt like we'd only explored about 1/10 of the ship. There was so much to see and do. And it was time for lunch. And we went to Cabanas, the buffet on the Disney Dream. I really, really liked it. There was so much space. There was a little bit of a hint to Disneyland Paris there. You know, I say it's our home park, even though it's miles away, but it's nice to see a little bit of home. And then there were some clocks on the wall as well, which showed you the time in various Disney parks across the world. And another amazing thing about Disney Cruise Line is, unlike most cruise lines, your sodas are included during meal times and on the pool deck. So it was really easy to just grab a cup and get a cup of Coke. We then spent the afternoon with cruise director Jimmy, who gave us a real insight into his life on the Disney Dream and his journey with the Disney Cruise Line. So that was a really, really special experience. We probably spent just over an hour with him. He gave us lots of amazing information about his favourite parts of the ship, where he sailed, and what's to come for the company. And then, unfortunately, it was time to head off home. Well, that's it. We're off after 7 hours, 6.5, 7 hours. Got the blues already, got the Disney blues. What a day. I'd love to stay on there.
Hint, hint, Sarah.
Yeah. For my 30th birthday, I would love to go on a Disney cruise. Look at that. Absolute whopper. Well, I've managed to calm down a little bit now after all the fun of today. Sorry I didn't vlog much, but it was such a whirlwind. I've got lots of footage, so hopefully by now you've seen some of that. I've put some voice over it, that kind of thing, so you can see a little bit of what we got up to. But essentially we arrived, we got on, we sort of met the UK Parks team, then we were straight into having a tour. We had a tour, well, started a tour, and then very quickly we met Mickey. We got a goodie bag, which I'll show you in a minute. Carried on our tour, then we went to Cabanas for lunch, then we met the cruise director Jimmy. We had a Q&A session with him, and before we knew it, it was 3:30 and it was time to leave. But I really, really, really want to go on a cruise now. So Mitch just left, he's on the way home, but my train's not for a couple of hours. Now, I've been reliably told by the internet, if you come to Mayflower Park, you can actually see the ship setting sail, and it leaves in 25 minutes. So I've come over here to have a look, see if I can hear the horns and stuff, because as I say, my train's not for a couple of hours. So I thought, why sit at the train station? It's a lovely day. I'll come down here and see if I can see the Disney Dream setting sail, and I can see her just over there in the distance. Let me just turn the camera. There she is. You might just be able to see her there. So I'm going to head over in that direction and see if I can see her setting sail. There's actually quite a few people here coming to watch it sail away, and I think you should just try to work out where it is on the camera. It's just there in the background. So I'm going to go and find somewhere to sit, probably on the floor. As I say, all the benches are taken, and then we'll see if we can get the horns of a sounding off way. Well, I actually couldn't hear the horns really, just about heard them myself, but I'm pretty sure the camera didn't pick it up. Just sailing away in the background, just over there. You might be able to see if I spin around. There she goes. The Disney Dream is off and away, and I thought I'd take this opportunity to show you the goodie bag that we got whilst we were on stay. So we've got a Disney Parks UK tote, as you can see there, and inside we've got some Captain Mickey ears. They're pretty cool. A Disney Parks UK notebook, a Disney Parks UK postcard, a Disney Parks UK pen, and most cool of all, we've got 2 pin badges. First one is, really like it, Captains and Crew, and then the other pin, Disney Parks UK. But yeah, all in all, it's been a really, really lovely day. Oh, my postcard's gone flying, bear with. I'm back, don't worry, I've got my postcard. But yeah, really lovely day all in all. Had an amazing time, and it's just made me want to go on a cruise even more. The weather was lovely, so as we were doing our tour outside, it just felt like we were on holiday. I wish I could have filmed more, wish I could have vlogged more, but I was just taking it all in. It was absolutely amazing. I'd love to do a cruise. We only had a taster of what you could possibly want to do on that ship, and then the Disney Wish is coming to the UK for its summer season next year, so that is even better. That's got a Marvel restaurant, it's got a Frozen restaurant. Apparently that is next level. So I'll finish today's vlog with the Disney Dream just in the background there, heading off to Belgium, and I'm very jealous. We'll see you again very soon for our next round of vlogs. Sarah will be back, she won't be working, so she'll be able to come with me next time, and we are heading to Disneyland Paris in December for 4 nights on our deferred trip from June when Sarah couldn't walk due to her meniscus injury. We are going the week before Christmas and we're staying in the Art of Marvel Hotel, so that will be lovely. And we'll see you then. Thank you very much. Take care.